Welcome back to Behind the Business. Today, for the second time, we have Allison from the NEAT Method on. She is offering everyone 10% off of her services, which is super exciting. But let's get into our interview. She organized my space, decluttered, and I can't wait to get into it. Let's go. Welcome back to Behind the Business. Literally, this is your first time on Behind the Business, second time podcasting, so I'm excited.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Again.
Yeah. Now I'm even more excited to chat, though, because I've used the NEAT method.
You can speak from personal experience now.
Yes.
Last time you were talking about wanting to
exactly
try it and speak from personal experience.
Yes. So last time, you might remember Allison was on the previous podcast where there's a wheel, there's a way, but we spoke a lot about organizing, NEAT method strategies for organizing, and me for one, completely, I for one, me for one, I for one.
Oh, there we go again.
Yeah. And blown away by, first of all, number one, how I've been like, oh, I need to do this. I need to organize my house. I need to do this. Like since we podcasted for a year and some change, like I need to do this. I need to do this. And then it's just like overwhelming in my head. Like, oh, and you think, oh, I just need to find the time to do it. I need to find the time to do it. And then it's like, you come in, you did a consultation. I'm excited. We booked it. You come in one day and you just organize everything. It's amazing.
And I would say that that's probably our biggest obstacle. It's not competition.
Right.
Or it's not
competition with your own
anything
brain.
like that. Right. It's, oh, I can do this, or I need to be able to do this on my own.
Right.
And I just, it's one of those things where we hire out for a lot of things.
Yeah.
And this is just
nails.
Well,
lack thereof.
Coffee. Well,
Coffee.
I mean, even we were talking about my espresso machine.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to 100% hire out to have that figured out, to why that's not working, because the idea of me looking at this manual or going online even is like overwhelming to me.
Right.
So I mean, we hire out for a lot of things that we know that a professional, could we do it? Maybe.
Yeah. Not as well.
Would we do it as well? Would we do it with the knowledge that a professional has, and then more importantly, like, when would we do it?
Yeah.
Because you think about trying to organize a space while you're living your life.
Right.
You've got a job, you've got kids, you've got the demands of everything. And especially, a space that holds a lot of, keepsake items or emotional items.
Yep.
You think about trying to navigate through that and go through all of that. And one, you get tripped up on, trips down memory lane.
Yeah.
Or you get distracted by.
Or you start with one shelf, and that's not the way to do it.
Right.
Because you don't know how.
Yeah, you just get distracted by life, or you get, what usually happens is you just go look at that space and you're like, it is so overwhelming that I feel stunted and I just don't even know where to start. So I'm going to close the door and
try again later. Not think about it for a while. Yeah. So I want to talk in depth about the projects that you did at my house. Okay. But before that, can you tell people just as a whole about NEAT Method if they didn't listen to our last episode? Because I know last episode, if you want to listen, it was from, I think, May 2024. But we went in depth about your business. But if you just want to give an overview before we dive into specifically what we did.
NEAT Method is actually the world's largest organizing company. And it is a franchise in about 100 markets across the U.S. and Canada. And I started the Omaha franchise, the Omaha NEAT Method. It'll be 4 years in October. And previous to that, there was, first of all, the closest NEAT methods were Kansas City and Des Moines.
No.
And then in Omaha, there really at that time wasn't very much, presence in this field, in this market. And so I saw that there was a need and jumped in. And since then, the industry has grown a little bit. Yep. And there's a little bit more, companies or just, solo businesses like it out there. But that means there's definitely a need
for
it. And so
you're the OG.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Omaha OG.
Well, there was a couple other businesses. But anyway, it's been great, and there's definitely been a need for it. And but again, the biggest competition is not, other industries, other companies out there. It's just, overcoming the fear of getting started,
having
or the
someone in your house,
uncertainty, or like, oh, you're going to judge. Don't judge me. That's what I always hear.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so embarrassed. And I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
It's tough showing our icky spaces.
The worst part about it.
We're
trying to hide
what we consider our embarrassing spaces.
Yeah.
But, if you take that leap of faith, and part of that is just trusting me just to come in your home for the very first time. Then, like you said, everyone is always like, "Ugh, why did I not do this sooner?"
Literally.
Like, I am kicking myself for not doing this sooner.
Yeah. I think the biggest value add for me now is like, even when my kids are playing and there's stuff all around the house, it doesn't stress me out, because I know, like, at the end of the night or the weekend or whatever, I'm like, oh, I know where all of this stuff goes.
There's a system.
Yeah. So it's not like, ugh. It's just like, okay, I just pick it up and put it in the spot that I know it goes.
Yeah.
That's the best part for me so far.
Good.
So it's not just the anxiety before, it's like living life is better.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, that's why we do it.
Okay. So why don't you tell us about, I think a lot of people were interested in the process. I got a lot of questions about like what it looks like. So if you want to talk about that a little bit, and then I'll interject with my experience.
Yeah, sure. So how it starts is someone will reach out, whether that's DM on social media or through our website, or just, I get sometimes just random phone calls or texts, and
referrals. Your website is really good.
Yeah. So the main corporate handles our website, which is amazing.
Right. You don't have that burden.
Because I owned a house cleaning company for 8 years before this. And, that was me up at 4 a.m, trying to design a website, and that's not my skill set. So it
automatically pops up the Omaha based on your zip code. So it wasn't even
cool?
like, it was really pretty.
So
sleek.
Then I just have kind of a discovery phone call or discovery text or email, just kind of, saying, hey, what's your spaces that you're interested in? Here's our pricing structure, which we price by the hour per organizer. But like I always tell people, it works out to be the same as if you had just one organizer come in. It's just condensed into a smaller period of time.
For sure.
So, some people get like, a little bit of sticker shock when they see it at first, but you think about, okay, but that's for having your project done in 5 hours.
100%.
And you're not working alongside of us.
You're not doing anything besides yes, no's, and
right. Besides the decluttering process, versus if it was one person, they're coming in and they're doing part of it one day and part of it the other, and you're working alongside of them. So there's the value add.
Yeah.
For that. So once we do kind of a discovery call, just to make sure we're on the same page and it's a good fit that way, then I go do an in-home consultation where I see the space or spaces, and sometimes it's just one little space. I've had
can't relate.
Well, I've had clients before who have said, hey, it's my laundry room that's bugging me. I just can't corral that.
Yeah.
Can you come take a look at that? And sometimes it's, hey, we're moving and we need our whole home unpacked and organized and set up from the start.
I saw that on TikTok. It's like, what are you doing paying for movers? No, don't pay for movers. Pay for an organizer in your house when you move for those first 2 days. I'm like, that is genius. So they can set it up.
And then instead of everything just being kind of shoved somewhere, and then 6 months or a year down the road, one, you're still digging through boxes, or two, you're going, okay, well, this doesn't work. Where did my mother-in-law put, XYZ? So, or if it's, a garage or a huge storage room, I'll go look at however many spaces they want. And I ask a lot of questions about like how they're living, how they want to live. Like the other day I went and looked at a teenage girl's closet and bathroom, and I was asking questions like, okay, so where do you go to school? Are you going to wear a uniform? Because I don't see any uniforms. Yeah, I am going to wear uniforms. Oh, okay.
Where are they?
They hadn't got them yet. I'm like, okay, because we're going to want to create a space for that. Or like, what are your clothes you like to wear the most? Or in a garage, like what activities do your kids do? What activities do you need stuff access? What seasons out of the year? You know, just I try to ask as many questions. You know, what kind of food do you eat? The most, do you want your kids to reach their snacks? I just want to ask as many questions as I can to understand, because organizing isn't about making it pretty. I mean, I always say the beauty is the byproduct of that. If it's organized in a functional, symmetrical way with really aesthetically pleasing organizing product, because why not?
Yeah.
Then it's going to be beautiful because
Function
it's going to be
first.
set up. But I want to organize it for function first, for flow, for it to make sense, not for how I think it should make sense, but for how it works for their life. I take a lot of photos. I take measurements. The reason I take measurements is because the way a lot of people organize
How many bins did you get rid of at my house?
it's like, okay, I'm going to, here's the answer. Here's the solution. I'm going to go buy a bunch of bins.
Right.
And then I'm going to come home and I'm just going to shove random stuff in these bins. It might not fit.
Yeah.
It might not fit what it's containing, so it's going to spill over. It might not fit the shelf, but I have these bins.
It's so me. It's
and some
crazy.
of your bins fit well, and we reuse them. We reuse as much organizing product as we can. You know, and we don't just go out and buy new stuff. If we can reuse it, we can. But the goal is that it fits the space perfectly and it fits what we're containing perfectly. I try to avoid empty shelf space as much as possible, because if you give anyone empty shelf space, it's something just gets set there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so it's
it
like,
does.
I don't want someone to be holding something in their hand, whether it's in a kitchen or a storage room or a toy room or whatever, and go, well, I don't know where to put this, so I'm going to set it here.
Set it down.
I want there to be a spot for that.
Yeah.
For that item. Yeah. And then with that information, I send them a proposal of, I think it's going to take, and we work in a team of 2 to 4, depending on the size and the scope. So I think it's going to take 3 organizers this amount of time, 2, 4, this amount of time. I think your organizing product is probably going to fall into this range. And that's another thing too, is I source and purchase all of that for you. And that's just a reimbursement on the invoice. And sometimes I'm sourcing it, like from your case, I think I sourced from 4 different stores. Because I knew.
And then the one you kind of did, like, we thought something would work, or you gave me options for like the wrapping paper stuff.
Well, and the wrapping paper solution, which we eventually wall mounted. Yeah, I love that too. And then even, putting the shelving in your closet, because, that's an example of, well, I'm going to try to organize this closet in my playroom, which it didn't have any shelving. It didn't have anything. It was just an empty room. Yeah. And you had put kind of a mishmash of kind of some cubing type things.
Because so it's like our spare bedroom, but it's our playroom temporarily, or I don't know how long. So it had cubes, and then it had rods on it, and we painted it. So I was like, well, don't put the rods back up. We don't use it. So then it was just the cubes freestanding there, which was not
kind of
safe.
Freestanding there. It was kind of
leaning.
It was kind of lean standing there. Yeah. But as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, well, we just need to put some shelving in here.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, yeah,
that's
just need to put some shelving in here.
And do you know how stressful that is for someone like me? Like, if you wouldn't have said that, like, I would have been like, okay, well, I could put shelving in here. That would work for now. But if it's not a playroom, and you're like, no, you can just move the shelves and then do something else. Like, everything to me, I think it's like an ADD thing, is just like stressful.
Yeah, well,
make a commitment is stressful.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's pretty common. So don't be hard on yourself about that.
No, I know, but I'm just like grateful that.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. So that's why it's like, there's a value to having someone come in and say,
yes,
oh, okay, well, just so you know, immediately I see potential.
Yeah.
And immediately I know an answer. And here's a few options.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take care of it, and it's going to be great. And yeah.
Yeah. I also think even just putting it up, it's like, my husband and I have a list of like, okay, here's the stuff we want to accomplish, in the next weekends or whatever, that's like still on our list that we have to do. And it's like always like that closet. And it's like, okay, you're coming in and you're saying you're going to do that for me, and it's included. And I'm like, hell yeah. You know what I mean? It's just like less daunting.
It's off the list.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't have to hire a handy woman or man. You're already doing it.
Yeah, girl.
So, okay. So we when you first came in to do the consultation, we didn't know what room specifically, because there were kind of a lot.
Well, and that
rooms.
that happens too. Is sometimes you look at a one spot and it's like, well, if you give a mouse a cookie, it kind of snowballs from there. And so a lot of times, if someone brings me in to look at one space, I'll say, can I also look at, do you have any available real estate even around here?
Right.
And sometimes people are like, I mean, I have this weird closet over here. Let me see it.
My Monica closet.
Yeah, I love a Monica closet. I
have a few.
I look at any spot that is like overwhelming and overwhelmed, and I don't judge it. Like, I'm weird. Like, I get
that's
excited.
What you want to tackle.
I'm like, oh, let me see some more of that.
Do you have any other closets in the house?
Yes, please show me one more closet. Yeah, because we get excited about that because it's like there's so much potential, and I know like we're gonna transform it so much, and it's gonna bring such like just such a huge load off that makes me excited. Yeah,
even how you organized it. Okay, so we did the playroom. My playroom has a closet, and then it also has 4. What are those called?
Well, they're just like a little
like
shelving
bins that have doors on them. So in there, I was like, again, kind of organized, but kind of not. Like I had some baskets with like little people and the army guys and the trolls. Mm-hmm. My trolls from when I was little were in a troll book bag, and you're like, could put this? And I'm like, oh, I really like the backpack, but it looks way better how you did it. Yeah. Contained nicely. So you came in, you took every single thing out of the playroom and then out of my Monica closet. Mm-hmm. And the Monica closet is like kind of outside of the playroom, but kind of next to it where stuff.
It had contained some craft stuff, some games, some books, some sentimental items, some decor, some wrapping paper, some of this,
crosses,
some of that.
3 crosses.
Yeah. It just had become kind of a catch-all space, which, we all have those. I don't know where to put it, so I'm going to put it in here. Yeah.
So they're down there working. I'm like trying to sneak peeks, but they take everything out. You brought in like blankets too, which I thought, I'm like, oh, that's smart and nice. So you don't like ruin anything.
Right. Yeah.
For the art supplies. Mm-hmm. So that was good. And how long did that take for you to take every single thing out? Not that long.
No.
An hour?
I would say for those 2 spaces for us to take everything out and get it sorted, it was, an hour or an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And that's not just taking everything out. So instead of, like you were saying earlier, instead of organizing shelf by shelf or drawer by drawer, which that's rearranging.
Yeah.
That's not organizing.
And that's what I can do.
And that's what a lot of people do
it's not
is they rearrange. So you're left with everything you had and kind of everything set up the same way. You just moved it around on the shelf a little bit.
Right.
So the way we do it is, we completely empty the space, whether it's the rooms like yours or a closet or a garage or an office, whatever it is. We take absolutely everything out. And then we really finely sort it first into like, macro categories and then into micro categories. So at first, like, for example, we had all the crafting supplies from both the playroom and the closet. We just pulled everything together that went into that category, and that was all lumped together. And then we sorted it into crayons or markers or coloring books or activity books or stickers or, the dreaded kinetic sand or whatever that business is, which I'm always like,
are you sure you don't want to toss this?
Is it time for it to go?
Well, I had one, slime? And I was like, but I don't want it in the Play-Doh category. And you're like, should we just toss it? Would he know? And I'm like, actually, he would know. Don't toss it.
And I'm always like, just
blame
it on that mean organizer lady. Use this as your opportunity.
That's so funny.
But we sorted into like as fine of categories as we can. And then that's the point where I say, okay, we're ready for you.
Down.
Let me walk through these categories with you. And I know that just based on, everything our clients say is it makes the decluttering process so much more easy and simple and less painful and less intimidating rather than looking at a space as a whole and going like,
Yes. So basically I feel like you had three gals there with you. And then they're kind of like doing it. So you're leading me around. You're like, okay, what about in here? How do you use this? Can you get rid of this? Do you know, like the broken crayons? I'm like, yes, throw those away. And then your girls are kind of like taking notes in their head and then kind of following along and doing what we're saying, I felt like.
Right, yeah. So,
which was good.
And like no one's ever standing around. Usually I'll start that process while there's still a little bit of categorizing being done. So they're over here finishing up that. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to get started. And then I walk through with the client saying, okay, now let's just look at this category.
Yeah.
All right. And then I have someone with me. And as soon as you say you want it or you don't want it, they're putting it
right. So there's like a donate pile.
Spot.
There was a little pile of stuff I had to like go through after like sentimental that I was like, I'm going to put that into
some rehoming process.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
And then, and that was easy. Like I was like, oh, okay.
Well, when you're going through it, just like distinct category by category, like if we're doing a closet, I'll be like, okay, now we're just looking at your white sweaters.
Right.
And that's how finely categorized I want to make it, because again, looking at anything like that as a whole can be super overwhelming and intimidating. But if you just, look at it as, oh, wow, there's all my black long sleeve t-shirts, all together. Okay, that makes it a little easier for me to pick out my favorites.
Yeah.
And we're not strong arming anyone into getting rid of stuff. Like that's not the goal.
No, but I do like how you are, because you are like tough love almost, but not in a bad way. Like it was like, but I loved it.
That's why I'm there. Is to help.
Yeah. It's like, are you sure? No, are you actually going to?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh.
And I read a quote recently that it was like decluttering's a lot easier if you look at it from the approach of what do I love versus what do I not love?
Right.
And so and I think once you get going with me in that process, it always becomes easier, because at first you're like, not you, like anyone is like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, just trust your gut instinct. Because as we're going through, I can tell if you're like, I'm like, let's come back to it. Or it looks like
which we did,
or it looks like
times.
you kind of love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's make a spot for it. But if you're like, trust your gut instinct and go with that, you're not going to miss it.
There were a few things that I was like, I can't remember what they were though. Some home utility stuff. I can't remember. Or like old hooks. I was like, well, we're going to use these.
Oh yeah.
We're going to use these.
And that's something you got to be careful with, whether you're decluttering on your own or with a professional organizer, is being really careful with the what ifs.
Yeah.
Hanging on to stuff, what if you have the room for it, then yes, maybe, but you can have the stuff or you can have the space, but you can't have both.
Yeah. I can't remember if we talked about this last time or I saw it on TikTok, LOL. But I think when people think like, oh, well, giving this away or throwing this away, like it's such a waste of money. And it's like, well, you already spent the money. So it's like, just get rid of it if it's not.
Well, yeah, you're not going to get the money back.
Yeah.
And it's also like let's say you have memories associated with an item or, just remembering the money associated with the item. It's like letting that go doesn't take the memory away.
Right.
Just because the physical object isn't there, you still have the memories, you still have the experiences.
Right.
And you're not gonna, get rid of a hook, for example, and think, a year down the road, where is that hook? Because you probably would have used that hook by now if you were going to.
Because it only 6 fit in and I bought 8. So yeah, I should.
But it's just the what ifs is
right.
That's normal and that's common.
Yeah.
And so you need a little tough love sometime.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like I'll have people like hang on to random kitchen appliances.
Oh,
like,
no, that's not
like
me.
I've literally never used this, but I'm going to. And I'm like, okay.
When you host Christmas?
I'm like, okay, well, I want a picture in a month of you using this item and what you cooked.
They're like, never mind, give it away.
Like, okay, just take it.
Just take it. Just take it.
Just take it.
They don't look, just take it. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so then we went through everything. That took literally 10 minutes, probably.
I mean, it's quick. And it takes as long as it takes, depending on the space we look at. There's some spaces that take a lot longer, like closets, for example. Because there's so many categories, within that. But then some categories, or going through storage rooms, that can take a while.
That might be my next venture.
Because there's a lot more, items we're emotionally connected to.
Yeah.
So that can take a while, but it's a lot more efficient than just trying to you on your own, navigate through this jumble of stuff.
Yeah. And then the next part is what I wanted to like sneak and see the whole time, but I didn't. And I went upstairs. But that's when did you have the bins before? You brought most of them.
So, and again, that goes back to taking all the photos and the measurements and the questions that I ask during the consultation so I'll come already with the majority of the organizing product that I know we're going to need. And I end up returning some stuff, or a lot of times during the project, I'm like, okay, well, now that we're really getting into it, now I see that we need, XYZ solutions. Yeah. So I take the measurements, and then while my team is doing other things, then I go and I get
fill in. I get that stuff. Have.
Yeah, and we have an inventory of stuff.
Yeah.
That I have a storage unit in, and then, but again, I've just been doing this so long and so much. And so often of different spaces that I know, like I can look at that and be like, oh, okay, well, there's this 12 by 12 bin at Target. That's going to be perfect for that. Or, oh, okay, well, at Container Store, there's a 16-inch bin. I'm going to run over and grab that.
I think that's great from like my standpoint too, as a customer, is like, if I need to add more or change things, like I know where the bins are. So it's not like, oh shoot, I need to do this. Okay. I have to contact Allison. It's like,
so like, I'm not going to, and it's like Home Goods. I think that's the store I'm thinking of, or At Home.
Oh,
those, or TJ Maxx. Yeah. Like those stores sell some bins and baskets I don't ever get from there.
You can't get more of them.
Because you're going to get a 1-off or a 2-off, and then you might not ever get more of them.
Which is exactly what I would do, like before you.
And like, I think
pretty neat.
Well, I think it maximizes your space if bins or baskets or turntables or whatever it is, canisters, fit the dimensions perfectly.
Yeah.
It maximizes the space. It doesn't leave that empty shelf space. But also, if you have a space that is visually appealing, and you're going to be a lot more motivated to keep it up.
100%.
To keep it tidy. If you're like, this looks amazing and it's so like clean and aesthetically
and I
pleasing,
know where to go to find something,
then I want to put things away. I'm a little bit more motivated to
it's so
to
true.
maintain it.
Like, so when let's see, you did my spaces a month ago.
It was over a month ago.
6 weeks,
and
I still feel like there. It's like, I don't want to say perfect, but pretty perfect. Like,
say perfect.
I mean, not right now, the second, because my kids are playing, but at the end of the day,
that's life.
I know where it goes, and it is perfect.
A lot of times we'll get a playroom done, and the client's like, I'm not going to let my kids in here.
Yeah,
now.
No,
and
I
I'm like,
did.
No, please.
No,
do.
my son, my 4.5-year-old, or almost 5, he was like, well, I don't want to go in there. I don't want to mess it up. And he likes his things organized like in his own room.
He got excited when he saw it. But it's like,
he was like,
no, we want you to play. We want you to use your kitchen. We want you to live your life.
Yeah. Just put it back.
But now there's a system for putting it back.
So, okay. Then there's, after you guys organize, you run to the store, you get everything in, then there's the big reveal.
Well, right before that, there's like the secret sauce, not the secret sauce, but like the most important step is labeling.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think that labeling is like just the icing on the cake. That's what really helps, especially when there's lots of hands, lots of people using any space. Labeling is what keeps the system accountable. It keeps it maintainable and sustainable, rather than like a kitchen or a pantry, saying like, I'm designating this my mac and cheese space.
Yeah, right.
Of the shelf,
Yeah.
Or this bin right here is going to be for this. Well, it's going to be that way for you.
Right.
Because you're the one that created it. But when your husband goes to put groceries away, or the nanny or the kids go to get stuff, it's not gonna stay that way.
Right.
Because nobody's gonna remember that. And there's, the labeling is what keeps it perfect.
That makes me want to do my kitchen.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Labeling, and then the big reveal.
And the big reveal.
Yes. Which I died. Like, I literally died. I was shocked. First of all, I was shocked at multiple things. One, you do bring, like, obviously knowledge and know. For example, I'm like, okay, Play-Doh. I used to have the Play-Doh in my playroom space, or paints. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, like I go upstairs to get ready and my kids are like painting. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
oh, why didn't I think to have that in the other closet, Monica closet, where they can't get it
a little bit higher,
a little higher. So like Allison knew exactly where all that stuff was. And that's something that like maybe we talked about a little bit, but I was like, this functions so well. Like I had all, it's a playroom, put it in the playroom, but it's like, no, this closet is for that stuff.
Yeah.
Loved that.
Good.
And then again, I love, like, I just was like, why literally didn't I do this sooner? It almost makes you mad at yourself. Like, dang it.
Yeah.
This is how I could function.
You don't know what you don't know.
I know.
And so I just think, if I can do nothing more like with this than just like giving more awareness to what professional organizing is.
Yeah.
And how it's not just for this kind of space, or it's not just for that kind of space, or this kind of person or that kind of person. Like I go in, we do spaces where like, it's just everything's kind of chaotic.
Yeah.
And they just need help overall in starting to create any kind of system. And they need to declutter like in a huge way, and it's never been done. Or sometimes we go into spaces where I'm like, well, I can tell you really, truly love organization.
Right.
And you've gotten it off to an amazing start. Now we just need to refine it a little bit more.
Right.
So,
yeah,
having a professional organizer come in is for everyone, and any home and any space can value and function better with just a few systems in place.
Absolutely. So, I know you talked a little bit about your other services, but don't you have like a maintenance service as well? Can you tell me about that?
Yeah. So for any client that we've previously organized a space or spaces for, we have a maintenance or a refresh service. And some of our clients, we almost function as like a house manager, where we're, handling groceries, or we're handling meal prep, or, kind of stuff like that. But for the most part, it's just taking a look at your previously organized spaces and seeing, okay, we got it perfect.
Yeah.
But like you're living here.
Right.
And you're busy still. That's why we came in the first place.
Right.
So let's put everything back in its proper spaces. Let's put everything back how it needs to be. Let's fold all the drawers so they're all file folded and easily accessible. Let's check for sizes in kids' rooms that they've grown out of. Let's get and add in the new stuff. In the
talk about mental load
in the pantry. Let's check for expired food. Let's get everything out of you just got a Costco run. Let's get everything out of the packaging into bins. So, and then it's also like looking like, okay, well, we organized this 6 months ago or a year ago. You're living a little bit different now. Maybe you're eating a little bit different, or your kids are playing with different toys. So we need to update labels. We need to update bins. We need to move things around. We need to shift things around, because organizing and staying organized, it's a journey. Yeah. It's not a one-time destination.
Yep.
And so I think having a regular refresh, whether that's once a week or once a quarter or once a year or once every 6 months, once a month, like these are all like, we'll do any kind of time frame of what between the client and I feel is like maybe the most realistic for their home and how they live. Yeah. But just keeping it organized and keeping it neat and keeping it current for how they're currently living.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel embarrassing saying this a little bit, but I've hired out my laundry, and it started.
Yes. Don't be embarrassed about that.
Well, I don't need it now. Like, I feel like I need to be doing it now. But it was when a busy time in my life when myself fell through.
We should hire out.
I know. It is the best thing that's ever happened to me, too.
If we're able to swing it in our budget.
Right.
And we're able to make our budget work for that.
Right.
Then, because that allows us to be the best version of ourselves. Mm-hmm. It's letting someone help you. It's like that whole, what am I thinking of? Like it takes a village, Yeah. And maybe sometimes you have to pay your village, but like it does.
The village demands payment.
Well, that's fine. But if it helps us function better as moms.
Oh, I totally agree.
Or, if it helps you function better as a spouse, or if it helps you function better as a business owner, because you're able to, focus your mental load on, that, then get some help with it. Yeah. Because you're helping people with what you do for a living. Let someone help you to do that better.
Absolutely.
Ain't no shame in that game.
Yeah, baby girl. Awesome. Well, I have some social media questions for you.
Okay.
We want to do like a fire round?
Yeah.
What part of the home do people usually call you in to tackle first? And what part do they dread showing you?
I would say probably kitchens and pantries are the one we tackle the most. And I think that's because, well, the most, everyone in the house uses those spaces, and they can be the most intimidating to organize because, again, it's like, well, I'm going to go to buy a bunch of bins and then I'm going to put all my stuff in these bins. And why didn't that solve my problem?
Yeah. And then it's 3 months. I'm going to be pissed
or,
still.
Or like, my previous kitchen was set up this way. My new kitchen is set up completely different. So therefore I don't know how, like, where everything should go.
Yeah.
So kitchens and pantries or closets are our most common. And then the space that people are like, I cannot believe I'm going to show you this, would be storage rooms.
Oh yeah.
Because they, or garages, they just become kind of a one giant junk drawer.
Yep.
And,
or a junk room.
Yeah. Like, I don't know where this should go. So just put it in that room. And it contains, sometimes sensitive items, which you can 100% trust us with.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the ones that it's like, can't believe I'm about to open this door.
Yeah. Here it is.
Yeah.
I cannot remember her name, but one of the gals was pretty pregnant when she came to do.
Jordan.
Did she have her baby?
Yes, she had her third baby boy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and they're doing great.
So fun.
Yeah, and he's adorable. Yeah.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah. Very long legs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was so cute.
Tall?
She sent us the picture. We're like, oh my
He's
goodness.
tall.
That's a lot of leg on that baby.
Oh, that's
yeah,
funny.
so cute.
Oh, that's awesome. Best tips to get organized. I feel like I could answer this for you.
Well,
besides hiring,
my number one tip would be
hire
NEAT Method Omaha to come in, and it's just done.
Yep.
And we just make the process so easy
literally
for you. But the number one, I would say, start with a small space and take absolutely everything out and categorize it, and then be really ruthless about decluttering. Because if you're not letting go of stuff, then you're just rearranging. It
also takes, we talked about this last time on the podcast, but fresh eyes. Like, you live in your space and you see it a certain way. And it's like, have your sister over, have a friend over, to like, be like, no, that's ugly. Or no, this doesn't make sense too. I feel like that's what you are good at.
Well, we do that, not necessarily saying things are ugly, but
I'd say that to my sister.
But I would say, like, doing a primary closet, for example, part of the reason I'm there is my clients are like, I need you to tell me if I should be wearing this or not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, I will tell you.
Yeah. So, like, do you really want to know? Because I will tell you.
No, and they do really want to know, otherwise I wouldn't be there. So, it's doing closet edits is something I love, because just kind of helping people like, okay, like, I'm going to be your friend right now.
Yeah.
I can't let you wear this in public.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Why do you think organizing feels so emotionally intense for some people?
Because we have an emotional connection to our belongings, as we should. And it goes back to I paid money for this. Yeah. Or I have memories of wearing this, or I have memories in this, of this item that I'm holding in my hand. And it brings up other memories, or it brings up other emotions. So it's our home, and it's our things. And I think also, like, we can feel like a failure, which you're not, but like, why have I let it get to this point? Yeah. What did I do wrong that I let it get to this point? You didn't. You were living your life. And I know. The space is evidence of a life well lived.
Right. Exactly. I know. I can look into a room too and be like, yeah, this was all money at one point. Like, what if I would have invested this?
Yeah. Yeah. But
it is true too.
Yeah,
but we talked about coffees before we were recording, but I've been on a journey to make my own coffee. Today I stopped and got Scooters. You got Starbucks, but
because I had a gift card.
Oh, good. I actually did too, and I forgot to use it. And I had a half off drink, and I forgot to use it.
I got a $10 gift card from the Sunny School team. I teach Sunny School.
Oh, Sunday or Sunday?
Sunday school.
Oh, I thought you said Sunny School. I'm like, what the hell is that?
I teach first grade Sunny School. No, I teach first grade Sunday school.
Oh, that's nice.
And they gave me a gift card for my birthday.
Oh,
so I'm like,
that's really nice. When was your birthday?
July.
July what? Oh, we have the same birthday.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we forgot.
I'm like choking on my Starbucks. That's
Grace,
right.
I have to turn that down when we freaked out.
That's so funny. That's right, because you posted something like, I'm not getting my birthday drink or something like that. I'm like, when's your birthday? I'm like, that's my birthday.
Scooters, we have a
random that we have the same birthday.
That is. I can see it though. Can you?
That we're connected?
Cancer, like, I feel like we have similar personalities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, tells the truth. People, yeah. I'm not going to say, because I'm like, I can.
Well, I'm much more into, I don't know if you're familiar with Enneagram.
No.
But
I think I've done mine. Is it numbers?
Yeah.
I think
I'm
I've
much
done
more
that
into the Enneagram world than I am like.
What are you?
The horoscope.
Yeah. But I think we're similar personalities, kind of.
So, Enneagram is like, it's a number, like you take this test and you have to answer the questions super honestly. But it tells you not only about your personality and your strengths, or, you know, what feeds you or what you're good at. But also it's so interesting to know like the Enneagrams of people in your life, because then you can better love them and better serve them and better kind of meet them where they're at.
What number are you?
So I've taken the test a couple times, because each time I was like, no way. I am like 50-50, almost exactly, between a 2 and an 8. And a 2 is a helper and an 8 is a challenger or leader.
I think I was 8.
So
I look mine up.
And there are.
How do you spell it? ENN or A?
E. Like ENNEA gram, Enneagram. But take it through the Enneagram Institute, where you pay like $14 or whatever for the test. But it's just, it's also interesting to know that's just who I am, and that's how I'm hardwired, and there's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to, instead of like be embarrassed or shy away from, or try to hide, or, you know, like dim your light, you know, like I'm going to lean into who I am and use that in the best way I can.
Yeah. I love that. I got to look mine up.
And lead.
I want to say I was 8.
I could see that.
I don't know. I'll have to look.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Super interesting. Mm-hmm. Well, happy late birthday.
You too.
Thanks. Okay. A few more questions. Do you have any rituals or mindset tips to help people stay organized long after you've left?
Have a SPAC to refresh.
Oh yeah.
It's going to take a lot less time and a lot less cost having it, you know, regularly maintained than have it completely, you know, dissolve. But then also just stay on the system, you know.
Yeah.
And
trust the system.
You know, and what I say to sometimes people is set a timer every day, maybe for 5 minutes. And like for that 5 minutes, I'm going to put things away.
Yeah.
For 5 minutes, I'm going to take this pile and I'm going to, you know, of just random stuff that's built up, and I'm going to put it away.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, you know, or I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes. And for 5 minutes, I'm going to go through my closet and get rid of stuff that I haven't worn a long time.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to go through my kitchen or my pantry and get rid of stuff that we're not eating or using. But just set a timer. Make it, you know, maybe it's 10 minutes, but just make it a realistic amount of time to say, for the next, you know, few minutes, whatever's on this timer, I'm going to just focus on.
And that timer is good enough. I don't have to get it all done.
Yeah. Maybe I'll set the timer again the next day, or maybe I'll set it the next week.
Right.
Whatever works for you. But just having a dedicated amount of time where, you know, I'm just going to focus on improving my home.
Yeah. One thing I've added to is after you've come, or maybe it was right before when I was inspired after your consultation, but I added a bin for like upstairs, downstairs, and then one in my garage. And I'm like not trying to kill myself to do it every day if I can't, but like on Sundays, I will put all this stuff away. So then it's like not stressful that like there's this on the table or there's this on the floor, like with toys, or, and I'm like, okay, put it there and then I'll.
Well, yeah. Some people will have like a bin in their living room and they'll call it their FUCK bucket.
Oh,
and
can I call it? I will be calling it that. That's my favorite word.
Yeah. And it's like this bin of, I'm just going to put it in there. However, the thing with that is it can't become your miscellaneous bin.
Right.
It has to become, that's my bin. I'm going to stash it in there for now. But then again, I'm going to set my timer, you know, on this day for this many minutes, and then I'm going to address it and put it away. Yeah. Or if it's been sitting in there for a couple weeks, maybe I don't need it anymore.
Right.
I haven't gone to get it out of it.
Yeah.
So maybe it's time that I move it along.
Yeah. Love it. And then last question, you might have answered this. What is your favorite room or closet to organize? Kitchen?
I truly do love them all for different reasons. But playrooms are so fun because there's so many bright colors and there's so much things we can do like to stylize our organizational process with them. And it's just, it's fun, but closets, like primary closets are a lot of fun too. Seeing, gorgeous clothes and bags and shoes. I like that. And
they have cute workout sets. And you're like, oh yeah, no, that's ugly. Let me take it with me.
You don't really want that, girls. Go put it in that section.
Your bag
over there.
Yeah. You could have a side business of selling old stuff of people's.
Well, I mean, I
get their consent.
I could. I have sold for clients before.
It's a good idea.
Where they had some really nice stuff that they didn't necessarily want to donate, but they weren't going to use it anymore. So I went and I took it to consignment shops for them and sold it for them. Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, if anyone has any questions, do you have anything else you want to add, like about the whole process or anything?
I would say, like, if you have at all been thinking about it or curious about it, just go for it. And I mean,
just reach out. It's fine to just chat about it.
There's a price tag associated with it. But I feel like you also you get what you pay for.
Right.
And so we like to think of ourselves as a luxury service. And that doesn't mean it's a luxury, like unattainable, high end. It more means we're going to take care of white glove, the whole thing for you.
And you definitely do
and
that.
Make it more elevated and make it just more perfect than you could have ever wanted. That's our goal.
Yeah.
With the outcome.
Well, I feel like you did that for me. So
good.
Thank you. Yeah. I almost was crying when I did the reveal. It's just like you it's going to be like good and function well. And then you're like, holy shit. And then you're like, holy shit. Why didn't I've said it 100 times. Why didn't I do it sooner?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
so
why
fun.
I truly do love helping other people.
Yeah.
And helping other people like live a better life.
Yes. Well, clearly she owned you owned a cleaning company and now organizing.
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing it if I don't. And everybody that works with me, all the girls, they feel the same way. They're doing it because they genuinely enjoy doing it and enjoy. Like when we see reactions like yours, we are like, our souls are fed from that.
This is the best part.
Because it's like, we know that we have helped you and we can see that like load being lifted. Like you can literally see it happening. And we love it.
Yeah. So if anyone wants more information, reach out to Allison on Instagram, probably best way.
Yeah. So it's NEAT Method Omaha and our Instagram is Omaha_NEAT.
Yes.
We're on Facebook at NEAT Method Omaha. And then our website is neatmethod.com and that'll just direct you right to Omaha.
And if you have any questions about like the more specifics on the process or anything, feel free to reach out to me or my experience. I would love to share because life-changing. So
love it.
Thanks for being here again. We'll post before and afters too. So
okay.
Yay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Love you. Bye.